Basically, I just want to start this video off by saying a huge thank you to each and every one of you, new subscribers, existing subscribers that have stuck around, the people on Facebook as well, and yeah, basically it means a lot to me to have people following what I'm doing, even though what I'm doing, I'm basically just winging it. I haven't done it before, so this is all new for me, and I mean, I'm extremely keen to get into it and learn a lot in the process of putting the turbo on the Nugget. So yeah, basically a little bit of a recap. So about 5 months ago now, you may have or may still remember, I made a video. We lost the father-in-law. He passed away, unfortunately, and I ended up buying his old Rodeo. It was a 1998 Holden Rodeo, petrol, manual, two-wheel drive, and that was probably the worst vehicle selection I think I've ever made. Not that it was a Holden or a Rodeo, they're actually pretty known for being reliable, but I think this one was a bit of a lemon. So when I got it, I ended up putting some lights on it. Driving out to work, the headlights were not very good at all, so I put a 42-inch light bar and some 9-inch spotties on it as well. As soon as I did that, the immobiliser didn't want to work, so I couldn't start the car, so I had the sparky around bypassing that, and then it didn't want to indicate. I had no indicators, so more money went towards that. The tail lights were all rusted, seized, and absolutely buggered, so I had to get new tail lights as well. And then I was up for 4 new tyres, so I put 4 brand new Toyo Open Country AT2s on them. And if you know those tyres, I got them on special. They were about 250 odd bucks a pop or something like that. So I got 4 of those. I did 200 kilometers with the car with those new tyres, and it decided to crack ahead and hydrolock. So we both just went, me and my partner, we both went, nah, it's not worth putting the money back into it. We've already put a lot of money into it already. I quoted up for a new motor, and it was going to be as much as what I paid for the car, pretty much. So we decided to cut our losses. We let it go, which I was a little bit bummed about, because there was a little bit of a kind of connection. So with having no car to get me to work, I really didn't want to take the Nugget at all. Yeah, really didn't want to take her to work, because the road out there is basically just slosh, mud, just shit. And even being a ute, I couldn't steer around half the corners while it's been raining, and which wasn't safe either. I think in that week too, we went through about, what was it, within 5 days, we hit 3 cows on that road. So I was lucky I got away. I didn't end up hitting a car, but one of my mates did and totally rid off his car. So yeah, so I didn't have a car to get to work, but we also had a lot of bills at that point, like a lot of bills. It was probably close to about 4 grand's worth of bills. And then the missus' car, the LS1 Adventurer, needed a service, and that ended up setting us back about $1,500. It needed all new brake discs, pads as well. I went looking, and I test drove a 2013 Mitsubishi Triton. That was, to say the least, that was rubbish. It's nice to drive, but I didn't like the whole dial to switch out of 2 range to 4 high and low 4, so I didn't like that at all. It was too electronic for me. But I ended up finding car that sort of struck my interest, which I'll spin you around and give you a look, which is probably saw when I showed you the LS1. So I went out and I got myself a 2010 Mazda BT50. Is obviously manual and filthy because I've had it now for about 3 weeks and haven't gotten around to cleaning the poor thing. Oops, sorry. But yeah, manual. It's got a little fridge in there. It's got dual batteries. I've got to show you the back. It's just full of shit at the moment, but there's nothing really important back there. I'll put the roof rack, a little basket. I'll put the King's awning on it. You can see how dirty it is still inside the wheel guards. That one's not too bad, but at the back here it's pretty horrid. So that's just from driving home from work on the last day of my 7-day swing. That gives you an idea how bad that road can get when it's wet. But I also put a, I don't know if you can see it, also put a new bash plate on it, 3mm thick, so it's a little bit it's a little bit better. I've taken that out bush once and I really enjoyed it. It's got a 125 or 123 litre fuel tank, so fair bit to fill. Costs a fair bit to fill, but goes alright. Done about close to 800 k's now on the odometer, and it's about 2/3 of a tank left, so yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, 3 litre turbo diesel, so she's alright. Does the job for what I want it to do, but there might be something on the channel for that maybe in the future, I don't know. This channel was purely for a nugget, so I don't really want to take away that. I don't really want to be one of those people that makes a channel for a car and then has all these other cars on there, for example. So I don't really want to do that. Might do that with the LS maybe, because the missus has told me now that she wants a turbo, so yay. But we'll get the nugget going first on the turbo before we think about the other car. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. If you don't know me, I work underground, so I got a call up from the mine foreman. I was down the bottom of the mine, which takes about half an hour to drive out, and yeah, I got a call up from my shift supervisor saying, I got to pick you up, you have to go up top. I said okay. So I got a lift up top with him, and the foreman said to me, look mate, your car's been broken into, you need to go home. And I said, what? He said, your car's been broken into, I don't know the state of it, but yeah, you need to get home. I said okay. That one's not too bad, but at the back here it's pretty horrid. So that's just from driving home from work on the last day of my 7-day swing. So that gives you an idea how bad that road can get when it's wet. But I also put a, I don't know if you can see it, also put a new bash plate on it, 3mm thick, so it's a little bit it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better than the stock one, which I've got over here. The stock one was pretty average. It's just cheap, you know, factory, off the shelf factory shit. So, but yeah, I've taken that out bush once and I really enjoyed it. It's got a 125 or 123 litre fuel tank, so fair bit to fill. Costs a fair bit to fill, but goes alright. Done about close to 800 k's now on the odometer, and it's about 2/3 of a tank left, so yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, 3 litre turbo diesel, so she's alright. Does the job for what I want it to do, but there might be something on the channel for that maybe in the future, I don't know. This channel was purely for a nugget, so I don't really want to take away that. I don't really want to be one of those people that makes a channel for a car and then has all these other cars on there, for example, so I don't really want to do that. Might do that with the LS maybe, because the missus has told me now that she wants a turbo, so yay. But we'll get the nugget going first on the turbo before we think about the other car. So about 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago, if you don't know me, I work underground, so I got a call up from the mine foreman. I was down the bottom of the mine, which takes about half an hour to drive out, and yeah, I got a call up from my shift supervisor saying, I got to pick you up, you have to go up top. I said okay, so I got a lift up top with him, and the foreman said to me, look mate, your car's been broken into, you need to go home. And I said, what? He said, your car's been broken into, I don't know the state of it, but yeah, you need to get home. I said, okay, shit, okay. So I jumped in the Mazda and drove home. I didn't speed. I very carefully drove home, because I thought at the end of the day, if it's really bad, it doesn't matter, it's just a car. I would have been pretty disappointed, but at the end of the day, it was just a car. So I got home, and as I was pulling down the street, I saw that the passenger window was smashed, which I've got a new window put in there now. Went to the wreckers and had them fit it, and I also needed a new regulator, so $330 later. But the still marks of sticky tape where I had to sticky tape a grain bag to it, just so it didn't get any rain inside and weather and all the rest of it. But yeah, but I got the new window, and basically all that they took was a $2 coin from my center from the center console. So I'm now $327.28 out of pocket for that. So I wasn't too happy about it, especially when that money I was deliberately saving to go to war also gone out. And I've got P clamps, 27mm P clamps, 22. I am not quite sure which size exactly that I'm going to need, but that'll be for the height sensors for the rear airbags suspension. So a lot of other little bits I've gotten in the mail. Oh. Try and set this up so I can open it up for you. Yeah, all right. So got the shorter shocks, Monroe GT Sports. These are going to work with the airbags really well, only because they're shorter. They've got that shorter range for the airbags. It'll be better for the height and ride. If I left the stock ones in, the stock ones would very quickly shit themselves, and then what's the point of having the rear shocks then? So I actually got them not long ago, so that is a a little bit of progress that has been needing to happen that I haven't gotten around to. And the other one, I'm not too sure if you guys have seen this on Facebook. I can't remember if I put it up on the page, but this one, you know what it is. This is my new Coolant Overflow. Pretty fucking big. I didn't think it was this big, but it's a absolute fucking monster. So what I've got to do next challenge will be trying to figure out where I can actually fit it in the engine bay, which I'm not quite sure. I'm not exactly sure whereabouts she's going to go. Obviously with the turbo not on, I'm not going to need this or the box or anything. So depending on how much room I'm going to have, maybe I can fit it there. Coolant Overflow here is going to go anyway, so maybe I might have to make a bracket. It can go here because I won't need the aircon hose. Not sure. But yeah, cross that bridge when I get to it. But as you can see, she's no different. She hasn't changed. Still loving that blue. That blue is bang on. Pretty happy with that. Battery is still up here as well. That battery will be going to the boot. When it goes to the boot, then I can put the airbags in. I can put them in now, but it's going to be a lot more beneficial if I've got them in the boot. Put the battery there, roundabout there, and then the air tank and compressor and everything can go there, and then it's only wired just to there. Excuse the mess. I literally, when I mean I haven't had any time to really do anything to the cars, that is literal. I just have not had any time. I've either been stuck at work or doing overtime to try and catch up with bills and try and get us ahead. But yeah, this is basically a video just to say that it's all coming back together, that we are getting there very slowly. But yeah, slow and steady wins the race, so they say. Make sure to hit that thumbs up if you're new. I don't know why you'd be new watching this video, but if you are and you want to see where this is going to go, there will be a trans cooler hopefully arriving in a couple of weeks, so I can then get down there and disconnect the factory trans cooler and reroute the hoses and put a trans cooler down there on the bottom, or maybe even try and put it in front of the yeah, I'll figure it out anyway. But there's going to be a trans cooler going in obviously for the 4L60 auto, because it's going to absolutely hate the boost. So yeah, so if you want to see that and you're new here and you want to see everything else, stick around. For those of you that are still here, thank you for watching. Stick around, there is more coming, and I promise you that I'll try to make more of an effort to get more videos out. But yeah, until then, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.